I moved into an apartment that was too cheap, too empty, and had rules that made no sense. But the real horror started when I realized the previous tenants never stayed more than a few days, and something in that building was still waiting.
Midnight Screams.
My name is Jimmy. I come from a middle-class family, and I always had one dream: to go to Japan. I was obsessed with Japanese culture, their lifestyle, their discipline, everything about it. To achieve that dream, I moved to a distant city to study Japanese language. I joined a language center and started looking for a place to stay with my friends. After a lot of struggle, we finally found an apartment. It was extremely cheap compared to the area. That should have been the first warning. There were 6 of us, and the flat had 3 rooms. The moment we stepped inside, something felt wrong. The neighbors kept staring at us silently, almost like they were observing us too carefully. We ignored it. But inside the apartment, the feeling got worse. It looked abandoned. Not just empty, but forgotten. Dust everywhere. Strange silence. Like nobody had lived there for a long time. The landlord said it had been empty for 4 months. We believed him. Until we found the contract. It wasn't normal. There were strange handwritten warnings mixed with unfamiliar symbols. We took pictures and translated them, and what we saw made us freeze. It said, "Do not open any door after 12:53 a.m. Do not open windows at night. Never stay alone in a room." At first we laughed. We thought maybe it was a prank or some superstition. But that night, everything changed. At around 2 a.m., we heard heavy noises from the floor above us. Thump, thump. Then sudden impacts like someone jumping violently. Me and my roommate both woke up instantly. But there was one problem. The apartment above us was supposed to be empty. And that was just the beginning. That morning, we went to the landlord and complained. He just smiled. I asked him why he was smiling when we couldn't sleep all night. Then, he said something that made my stomach drop. This building has had no tenants upstairs for the past 8 months. Silence. We told him everything. The noises, the contract, the feeling. He said maybe it was stress, maybe imagination, maybe the horror movie we watched. But I knew what I heard, and I wasn't alone. 3 days later, my roommate left. I stayed alone in the apartment. That night, I opened the window to smoke, even though the contract said not to. And then it happened. Bang. Both windows shook violently at the same time, like something outside had hit them. I froze. No one was there. Then I heard it again. Footsteps above me, running, jumping. Heavy movement. And something else, like metal bells on ankles. I went to the bathroom, and I saw it, inside the toilet bowl. Fresh red blood. I tried to scream, but nothing came out. The door wouldn't open. Whispers started behind me. Multiple voices. Not human. Everything went black. I woke up in my room. I don't know how I got there. The lights didn't work. Then I felt it. Pressure on my chest. I couldn't breathe. I tried to scream. No voice came out. Something grabbed my legs and pulled me down. The room smelled rotten, like death. I crawled back to the bed and hid under the blanket. Then something heavy dropped on top of me, pressing down, slowly crushing me. Whispers came again. He should not be here. I passed out. When I woke up, police were breaking the door. Hospital. 2 days later, I woke up. I told them everything. They said, there was no power outage that night. The landlord was later arrested. He admitted people never stayed in that apartment for long. Everyone left quickly. Something was wrong with that place. I left immediately. And since that day, nothing like that has ever happened again. But sometimes, I still hear footsteps when everything is silent.